It's been an early riser. The sun isn't up yet and the moon is still bright in the sky, and I'm serenaded by the sound of blackbird and robin. We're on the cusp of meteorological spring, but the blackbirds do seem to be singing early this year. And here's yet another film from my garden. Both crocus and snowdrop are now abundant. In fact, it's the best year I can remember for snowdrop, and after the long, dark days of winter, they're always a welcome reminder that spring is not too far away, and hopefully this spring will herald better times and we'll be able to once again travel further afield, filming wildlife. There's still a chill in the air, but there's some warmth in the sun now, and there's some early buds on the pear tree. I've recently invested in some new feeders, which I'm having to replenish every 2 to 3 days, and of course the main customers are the house sparrows. I find a quiet corner of the garden in which to set up my camera and film any visitors to the garden, such as these collared dove. I watch as this female blackbird busily gathers nest material. The blackbird nesting season begins in March and can last up to the end of July. Blackbirds will typically have between 2 and 3 broods, although as many as 4 have been recorded in a single season. It's the hen bird that does the nest building, and this bird's search for nest material delivers a bonus in the shape of a juicy worm. And from the pear tree, the male watches her labour. A dunnock, normally seen skulking among the foliage, ventures out into the sunlight. We usually have at least one pair that nests in the garden. And of course, where there's food, there's normally starlings close by, and today is no exception, the bright sunshine highlighting their stunning iridescent plumage. The feeders also attract both great tit and blue tit, and the inspiration for this film was the first sight for quite a while of a coal tit. But as always seems to be the case, once I have my camera set up, the bird is conspicuous by its absence, unlike these two, greedy wood pigeon and a robin that waits its turn to come onto the table. After a short break for lunch, I returned to my vantage point to see 2 carrion crow, one on the aerial and one in the ash tree, and not too far away another corvid, a magpie with its striking pied plumage and blue wing flash. And then I noticed a small finch come into the ash tree. It's a male chaffinch. In the skies above the garden, several pairs of red kite can be seen, soaring high on the wing, renewing bonds before the breeding season begins in March and April. Well, disappointingly, the coal tit didn't return, but here's a couple of stills I managed to get of a then regular visitor to my feeders from a couple of years ago. And then, to finish the film, as I was filming the red kites, I saw a sparrowhawk way up in the skies above the garden, being relentlessly mobbed by a crow. So I'll leave you with the music and that, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.